Alright, so Arya's gone, so now is the time to say that Arya is currently eating a bagel, and this is a very anti-bagel stream. So I need everyone who is watching now or later to out her when it comes time for it. We do not tolerate bagel eating here. Why do I sound quiet? That was my mic test, by the way. I'll get a little bit closer. I think my mic always just like... My mic always sounds a little bit weird. I don't know why. It also doesn't help that the title screen for Tyrion is also just like really fucking loud for absolutely no fucking reason. Anyway, I have with me water. I ate a bag of chips. I mean, I also had actual food for dinner, but you know how it is. I'm putting my guess out right now that Cake will be here in about 45 minutes. Plus minus 5. So anywhere between 40 and 50 minutes from now. And that's my guess. Man, bits are expensive. I don't know. Well. Look who's back.
You know what I just
fucking
realized?
Bagel. What?
You know that money that's sitting, it's like sitting that hasn't been paid out yet?
Yeah.
I think a majority of that is subs I gifted to you. Maybe not a majority, but pretty close. Because I don't know what percentage Twitch takes of those.
I would gift you a sub back, but I don't think I can do that to the channel owner.
No, channel owner is automatically subbed.
Though I wonder if I sub myself, even if I'm mod, if I would get a founder badge. Even though it's been like, you know...
Well,
God knows how many years since we got affiliate, but I don't think we've had more than 10... We've had more than 10, like, unique subbers. Yet.
I don't think so.
I think that I should still actually qualify for founder if I subbed. I might do that later. I want the pretty badge. And maybe it will get us just that much closer to a payout.
Maybe. Use our own money to try and pay us.
I mean, we got... I think we have like 2 Twitch Prime subs from Zal. I think that's about it, actually. Maybe one from Neko, if he ever stopped by. I don't remember.
Maybe. Well, last time anyone used a Prime sub or bought a sub or gifted a sub was, according to the Streamlabs mini feed, at least a year ago.
Well, yeah. Dude, funny story about that. Do you know the last time we streamed? Like, consistently? At least a year ago.
Yeah? Imagine. I should probably start doing stream announcements in Temi again. You know what? No, it's 7 a.m. where I am. No one's awake yet.
You fucking coward. Alright, fine. I'll do it myself.
Okay. Have fun.
Just watch. Just watch. You just watch. Also, I predicted that Cake would be here at around 7:40 to 7:50.
Okay.
It was 45 minutes plus minus 5 was my exact wording. At the time, obviously.
Okay. So we'll see when they drop by. Are we good? I think we're good.
I think we're good.
Minimize that. Yep, that's fine. Okay. Have chat open there now, and switch to the game.
I don't know if this is unrelated, obviously.
Okay.
But just to start off, there is still a chance that I will mess up later on, just because that's how my unconscious mind works. But I have an inner monologue.
Mm-hmm.
I am one of those people.
Sure.
It's weird because I don't know whether I actually have one or whether it was made about 10 years ago. Because, you know, everyone from books has inner monologues, and I was like, oh, people do that, and so I started doing it. But, like, when I'm not actually focusing, I don't generally have one. Either way, that's neither here nor there. What I mean to say, is that it's been a little bit, but recently, in my inner monologue, I have started naturally referring to you as Arya and she, her.
Yay! Yay!
Which, like, it's not like I wasn't trying to before, obviously, but, like, it's now become, like, a subconscious thing, so.
Even I still occasionally, like, refer to myself by an old name. Partially because... It's partially because I'm not out to everyone. So I'm still hearing, you know, my dead name pretty often. So occasionally I'm just like... Especially when I'm like whenever my head goes into like the headspace of somebody else, and I'm like, it's like, how do I put it? I'm thinking like I think they're thinking is when it happens most often. And most of the time I'll catch myself like, girl, what are you doing? That's not you.
There is a chance that it might still leak out when I'm very, very disappointed in you. That is not meant to be a form of punishment. That is me fucking up.
Fair.
All right, we're finally in court.
Yeah, we're in court.
Finally fucking in court.
We made it. It's been, how long has it been? It's been like a week. Surely I remember everything.
The fuck you do?
I remember everything. It's fine. It was something about, like, fucking robots or whatever.
Sure. Court is now resumed for the trial of Wallace Nightgrave. Let us review the proceedings from yesterday.
Yesterday, you say.
I mean, he did say that it was tomorrow's trial, so maybe it's us that's fucking it up.
And Steelwind. Hi, Cake. Noah, you were wrong.
I was wrong.
You were wrong.
Also read his age. I also read his age as Bo.
That's an 8. That is an 8.
Listen, I'm looking at my monitor like diagonally, at like a diagonal angle, so it's not showing up perfectly. All right, I should probably change that. Hold on.
Yeah, probably.
Wow, I can see everything.
Imagine being able to actually see.
Also, the reason why I ended up thinking about you like yesterday, which is what made me realize that, was that I was thinking about this trial and what you didn't like about it. Remember, they actually explained it before, where it's fucked up, but in order to actually get Wallace off, we have to incriminate someone else.
Yeah, I guess, but
no, like they actually did say that. Because
I know.
The trial is more of just a face to the public. So, but unlike Ace Attorney, we actually have to incriminate someone else in order to acquit our client.
Mm-hmm.
In Ace Attorney, they're just like, fuck you gotta do it. You should have just shut the fuck up.
Why did it snow in the Netherlands? Did it snow? Hang on, I'm pulling up.
Netherlands weather.
Netherlands recent snowfall.
Ah, that's probably better. Oh, I got a snow ice warning.
Oh yeah, a severe weather alert, snow ice warning.
What a loser. I say that it is about to start heavy snowing for the next week.
r/Netherlands post from 2 days ago. Finally, it is snowing.
Ready? Okay, so Monday, February 17th, Monday night. Heavy snow throughout the night. Snow accumulations between 7 and 9 inches. Tuesday, snow accumulations between 5 and 7 in the morning and 6 and 8 in the night. Wednesday, snow accumulations between 8 and 10 inches in the morning and 2 and 4 at night.
God damn.
And the 20th is between 1 and 3 and 2 and 4, and then 3 and 5 and 1 and 3 for Friday, and then 1 and 3 and half an inch for Saturday before it finally fucking starts melting on Sunday. Actually, no, Sunday and Monday is still snow, but we don't know how much, and then it's finally going to be sunny on Tuesday. So we're actually going to get, like, full-ass snow for a week and a half. I'm not going to be able to fucking drive anywhere because they don't salt the roads here.
I guess I have to share the weather where I am now.
If it's sunny, I'm going to fucking murder you.
Chance of some wintry mix today. Chance of some flurries tomorrow. Cloudy Monday. And looks like snow Tuesday evening. And then, partly cloudy for the rest of the week till next Saturday, but, fucking cold. Like,
So,
below freezing until, next Saturday.
What a loser. I have to... The trash system here is kind of fucked up. I know this is a lot of talk... There's a lot of podcasting right now that's going on, but, the trash system here is kind of fucked up because it's very, very orderly. And those were, like, 2 words that I never thought that I would be saying together, fucked up and orderly.
Yeah.
But, it means that trash days for... Oh, my eyebrow is bleeding.
Well, stop it.
Trash days for... I'll be fine. Just hold pressure. Trash days for burnable garbage is on Monday and Friday. Or Tuesday and Friday. And then non-burnables is Thursday. And then we're supposed to have recyclables twice a month. Except I don't actually know where the trash bin or like the trash collection point for that is. So I gotta haul my ass to a recycling center, which is about like, I don't know, 15 minutes by car, so it's not that bad. But all that just to get rid of my recycling. I have to do that with a deadline of tomorrow because snow is starting and I won't be able to drive.
Yeah.
But I'm unfortunately busy from noon to like 7 tomorrow.
Well, sounds
So
like
that gives me like a maybe 2-hour window before I have to start getting ready for work tomorrow night.
Okay. And then, so you'd probably bring your trash in the morning then, right?
I mean, I could, but I'm probably walking to work since snow is probably gonna start in the afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
And I need to take it down to the recycling center, so that means, I mean, I guess I could, but that would also require me waking up like an hour earlier than I have to. And at that point, I'd just rather
You'd just rather deal with it
and then leave it in a corner, bag everything, but because it's recyclables, right? So it doesn't really like stink up the place or anything. So I can just bag everything up and then leave it in a corner for a week and a half until the snow melts.
Sure. Fuck, that reminds me. I still have those broken down boxes in this room. Ugh. That's the problem with me, like, sticking them somewhere where they don't take a bunch of space. They're also, like, hidden from my view most of the time now. So I'll just forget and look over there and, like, ugh.
You should set an alarm for that. For later today. Also, yes, Cake. A pimple I had that was under my eyebrows popped.
Oh,
so
yeah.
It's bleeding now.
Been there.
But if I hold pressure, the bleeding will stop in about a minute. So I have another thing to say about that, but let's actually make some progress. Yeah. It was revealed that a trace of necromancy may not have been left by the defendant. It may have been left by a witness who used necromancy to attempt to heal the victim.
Whoop, nope, settings. Need to... For some reason, my taskbar is sitting over the game, and I don't want that.
You have 2 monitors, right?
I do.
Couldn't you just send your taskbar to the other monitor?
No, I have my taskbar on both of them. Why would I only have my taskbar on one monitor?
Windows is fucked up. I only have it on one monitor on Mac. Well, we're paused. It never really occurred to me until recently, and how lightly...
Oh, there we go.
How lightly I treat, like, being hurt. Because, like, Mom's a doctor, so whenever I got hurt or cut, it's like, just hold pressure for, like, a minute, and you'll be fine no matter how much blood you're losing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And for me, that's normal. Like, I have a bloody nose, just hold pressure. It doesn't fucking matter. Like, the only time you should be worried is if you're either missing a body part, or losing way too much blood for the type of wound that it is, or if you're hurting, you sleep on it, and it hurts just as much or more the day after. But, like, a lot of shit's happened since I've been here, basically. And, like, apparently it's not normal for people to know what to do when they have a nosebleed.
Really?
Apparently so. Long story short, a friend broke his nose.
Ooh.
So there was a lot of blood coming out, and he was just sort of like sitting on the stairs that he fell on, just like looking down. Or no, he was holding his face up, I think. Which you don't want to do that.
You don't do that, because that'll...
You want to...
You want to put pressure and let it run until it like kind of naturally. Yeah.
If you have a bloody nose, you hold pressure, ideally near the bridge of the nose where the bleeding likely is, and then you hold your face down and forwards so that the blood keeps coming, so that it clots faster. Yeah. Holding it up gives it a chance that the blood will run down your throat, which makes things very uncomfortable.
Yes. And
in the worst case, could end up choking you. But apparently, it's not normal to know that.
Yeah, my mom's a nurse, so I got an education in that too.
Yeah, like I don't know if I don't know if this is exclusive to my family, but it's literally just like, oh, you're hurt, take an ibuprofen and sleep on it, and then like if the morning comes and you're still fucked up, then like that's when we should be worried.
Yep.
But like I don't know, I've had various like bruises and cuts at work, just like, you know, paper cuts or the like, um, or you know, a coworker like picked a pimple or something, and apparently they just don't know to hold pressure on an open wound to stop the bleeding. They just sort of like let it run. All right, cake.
The joke screen. Uh huh.
Lesson on the
Got-
ethics of design. If you should do jobs based on your own morals.
Got so focused on whether you could, you didn't stop and ask if you should.
However, the victim was seen by witnesses well after her time of death.
Yeah, it's a good thing.
It was like an hour after, right?
Probably, yeah. It's a good thing my mom's a nurse because she had to deal with me. I was my pediatrician once described me as the healthiest sick kid he's ever seen.
I thought, yeah, the I was about to out my own last name. The kids of my family are just very accident prone.
I'm just an unlucky bitch.
To the point where this is basically just how I've turned out. If there is any room for an accident to happen, like any spills or just, you know, any bumps or any stubbing, I instantly remove it, like unconsciously.
You're you're subconsciously aware of Murphy's Law.
Pretty much. And it's not even because of me. I'm not like, maybe because I'm like that, but I'm not even that clumsy. It's my sister. So, story time. I've got like 4 of these examples. So whenever there is a cup that is near the edge of the table, not even at the edge of the table, near the edge of the table, she will spill it. If there is a soup and she's wearing a sweater, she will dip her sleeve in it. If we are eating anything with crumbs, we will have to vacuum afterwards. she's just very naturally clumsy. Just like drops things everywhere. And you know, that can sometimes lead to like bumps or bruises or stubbed toes and stuff. And so my mom had to deal with that. I think I have heard some of your unlucky stories though. They're pretty funny.
Yeah, how about coming down with a disease, like a fairly debilitating disease, usually found in kids 3 and younger. I was in the 4th grade. Usually found in children of Asian descent. I am not. And it's just in general very rare beyond those typical factors. Anyway, that's how I went to the hospital for a week and was out of school for like over a month.
Nice.
It's not nice.
Nice.
I point to that as what fucked everything up.
That's where it all began.
Yeah, I learned a few years ago that I have repressed memories of that time because my mom described something very, very traumatic that happened, and I'm like, I don't remember that. Oh.
So, on that topic, I've just realized, like maybe a week ago, due to a nightmare I had actually, that I barely remember my childhood years. Hell, I barely remember college. I barely remember anything actually. And like some of it's subconscious memory. Like I'm not that worried because like a lot of the important things, when someone brings something up, I will remember it. I just can't like consciously call it to my mind. Just like how I remember you and Tarun on that swing set, right?
Yeah.
like it's I don't think that my memories are actually repressed, but it's more just that I can't remember the things that aren't important to me. And like by can't remember, I mean like actually just cannot remember, which might also be a problem actually.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
I mean,
when you're older and maybe starting to lose that memory, we'll see if that's a problem.
I mean, if it's not important, then I don't have to remember it, right?
I guess.
That's how it works.
I don't think I've ever tried remembering that because I'm like, no, that does sound unpleasant. Maybe I don't want to remember it.
I mean, I joke about it, but I think I actually have blocked out most of the memories from middle school. Just because, and elementary school too, because, not even because, like, the years were that bad, but because I was a little bitch then.
Oh, yeah, I hate some of the ways I used to act.
All the way up until, like, sophomore year of high school, I think, actually.
Once I'm in high school, I think I can give myself a little bit more of a break. But no, middle school me, elementary school me, I was obnoxious sometimes.
Oh yeah, no, I was the worst until like sophomore year of high school, I think.
Damn, we really fixed each other, huh?
I mean, that's when I really thought, oh wow, I'm kind of an asshole, and then tried working on it.
They lose and forget the cure.
People bite their own tongues off and choke on it, drown in their own blood without the victim noticing anything.
That's terrifying. They lose and forget the cure for scurvy. Isn't that just like oranges?
It's just oranges. It should be vitamin C.
I've seen like a, I don't know if it was a tweet or a post on Tumblr. It was just like, scurvy is just like the coolest disease in concept with the most boring cure. It's like if you spend too long out at sea, you'll be struck with a debilitating disease unless you eat an orange.
I mean, honestly, that sounds like game logic. Like that's something if like fucking Stardew Valley had like, you know, maritime exploration, that would absolutely fucking be one of the gameplay mechanics, right?
Yeah, you need to eat an orange every once in a while, or you get inflicted with scurvy. I don't even know what scurvy does to you. What does scurvy even do to you?
I think it makes you lose teeth. I know that. I think it generally makes your muscles weaker, and that can also make your gums weaker and thus teeth loss. I also believe it can make you lose hair as well. I want to say it's just general muscle weakness. Yeah, death is also part of that. Yes.
Deficiency disease resulting from a lack of vitamin C. Yeah. So it's really just a form of malnutrition.
Yes.
It's just vitamin C deficiency. It's
pretty much, but
it's not even
the
like
issue.
It's not even
the issue
like
is that
disease.
vitamin C affects your immune system.
It does.
Good ways. So it's not just simple like, oh, you didn't have enough calories. It's like, oh, your immune system's fucking failing.
Death eventually.
Right, it's been like 30 minutes. Should we?
I guess if we have to.
I mean, we don't have to. We could just podcast forever.
We could. We're in court. We've already made it as far as we said we wanted to.
Did we?
Yeah, we made it to court.
Sure. This could only be explained by the defendant using necromancy to animate the victim's body. This leaves the question, where did the murder take place? Where done it? Does the prosecution have an answer to this?
Excuse me. Based on the testimonies of several witnesses, it is very likely that the murder took place in the library.
Interesting. What led you to this conclusion, Miss Steelwind?
First, I'd like to remind the court where the victim was sighted before the body was found. It began when the victim had a meeting with the headmaster near the center of the building. Our meeting was scheduled for 12 p.m. According to my schedule for that day, our meeting lasted for an hour. This brings us to the statement of the next witness, a student at the academy. This student saw the victim walking in the hallways.
I saw her coming out of the headmaster's office. She is heading towards the library.
Yeah. Tyrion and Celeste are just talking about scurvy, and there's just someone from the gallery like, yeah.
Death.
Which means that our first witness saw Bellwether leave the headmaster's office. Presumably this would have happened after her meeting there. That would time this encounter around 1 p.m. The other event is the discovery of the body, which was when Valentina Giannis contacted security.
This is me, I believe.
Yep. Yeah, you're Valerie.
I suddenly spotted the professor lying in a pool of blood in the classroom. Valentina used a communication device to call for help while I tried to save her.
As we've already established, this event occurred at 3:04 p.m. But the significance of this time is in what occurred before the body was discovered. The second witness, a member of the cleaning staff, spotted the victim in the West Wing hallway.
Bellwether knocked over her vase. There's shards and dirt everywhere. It's probably 20 to 30 minutes before the twins found the body.
This means that this encounter must have happened no later than 2:30 p.m. And this implies that the victim was near the library between 1 p.m. and 2:30 p.m. According to the defendant's statements, he was in the library during this time period. Furthermore, the time of death was at 2:07 p.m. This means that Mr. Hughes saw the victim's animated body.
The prosecution's theory lays out the following timeline for Kathleen Bellwether's movements on the day of her murder. What?
Okay, we have a very concrete timeline. We're about to tear it apart, I think.
12 p.m. to 1 p.m. Theodore Redmond has a meeting with Bellwether. 1 p.m. Miriam Frege saw Bellwether walking in the hallways. 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. Jesus Christ. Hold on. I ain't done. 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. Bellwether spent time in the library. 2 p.m. to 2:30 p.m. Wallace Nightgrave murdered Bellwether. 2:30 p.m. Jan Hughes witnessed Bellwether walking towards Lecture Hall 2B. 3 p.m. The Giannis sisters discover Bellwether's body. Man, stream delay is a beautiful thing. I see. Your deduction certainly tracks, Miss Stillwind. What do you have to say in your defense, Mr. Cuthbert? The prosecution's argument is definitely well thought out, Your Honor. However, it is entirely predicated on the testimonies of all the witnesses involved.
Steelwind's deduction has to have a hole somewhere. Since your conversation yesterday, you've had a feeling that Miriam is hiding something. If you want to get to the truth, you'll need to drag that out of her through a cross-examination.
Oh, stutter. Might be me, might be you, don't know.
Oh.
Your Honor, to test the validity of these claims, the defense would like both of these witnesses to testify.
I think that was me. I looked at the bit rate. It dropped below 1,000.
That was a big one.
Yeah, that was definitely a stutter.
No, vases can be used for this.
Yeah, you can use vase for
the
that.
The defense calls Miriam Frege to the stand.
At the mention of her name, the judge's face turns a bit pale. I had a feeling it would come to this.
Do you have any objections, Miss Steelwind?
I do not, Your Honor.
Very well. Bailiff, please escort Lady Frigga to the stand.
She's gonna be so pissed. Witness, please state your name and occupation for the...
You little snakes! How dare you deceive me?
Oh, it looks like she found out. I had the opportunity to debrief the witness beforehand. Miss McCoy, for the record, I told you to exercise discretion. I did not mean you should impersonate a member of my family. Yeah, sorry about that.
I gave you all of the tea I imported from the Eastern Kingdoms. I demand that you return it to me.
No, you gave them to me. They're legally mine now.
I'm not sure what your business with the witness is, Miss McCoy, but I'd ask that you please handle your personal disputes outside of the courtroom.
Anyways, Miriam, could you please testify to the court about your encounter with the victim?
Very well.
I knew she was gonna be pissed.
I was working on a research project in my dorm room when I decided to take a break. I left my room and went on a walk. That's when I saw Professor Bellwether exiting the headmaster's office. She was walking in my direction, so I greeted her and she responded in kind. After that, she headed towards the library.
Ooh, is that all that happened there?
A short time after that, I went back to my room and continued my work. I see, so it was only a brief encounter.
However brief it was, the witness's testimony verifies two things. One is that Miss Frigga saw the professor exiting the headmaster's office. The other is that she witnessed the victim head toward the library. This gives us a rough timeline of where the victim was before her death.
That does seem consistent.
Did Bellwether really enter the library that day? Yeah? Weren't we...
I mean, she was there. You saw her.
Yeah, I feel like we would have seen her there if she did. We did.
Oh, maybe because we saw her exit the library, but we didn't see her enter. And we were there from the morning of.
Yeah.
I think that's what it means. Anyway, let's tear it apart.
Yeah, we'll figure
Mr.
something
Cuthbert.
out.
Cuthbert, you may now begin your cross-examination. I should just give the judge a lisp at this point. I've been fucking it up so much. The stream is chugging.
Yeah. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Okay, it's back above, like... Okay, I think it should be back to normal now. Yeah, we'll see if it works. Let's press on that.
Did anything seem off about her? No, but it was a very short encounter. It's not as if we stopped to have a conversation. You said that you greeted her and she responded. What words did she use? Why is that important? Miss Frigga, it's possible that someone used illusion magic that day. Every detail about the victim's interactions could be important. Well, I bid her good morning. And she said good morning in response.
Okay, on one hand, they're saying good morning, and I'm pretty sure this encounter had to happen in the afternoon. Right? Because that... Okay. Let me double check that I have my facts right.
I believe,
yeah,
right?
It would have had to happen
1
in the
PM.
afternoon.
On the other hand?
On the other hand, I have definitely said good morning to people, and they've responded good morning back during the afternoon.
See, but that's just a you thing.
Then why do people respond back that way?
Maybe they don't want to crush a girl's pride. I don't know.
I guess. God forbid a girl be a little stupid, okay?
I'm not forbidding it. I'm just saying that I'm smarter than you.
Is that really it? Do I really just have to be pedantic about good morning?
Yes. Yes, we are being petty.
I just need to be pedantic.
Miss Frege, if I recall correctly, you have the habit of getting absorbed in your work. So much so that you'll even lose track of the time of day. Yes, but what does that have to do with my testimony? Earlier in today's proceedings, the prosecutor made the following argument.
Our first witness saw Bellwether leave the meeting with the headmaster. That would time this encounter around 1 p.m.
Miss Frege, if you had said good morning to the professor, you would have been mistaken. Because that encounter could have only happened during the afternoon.
And your point is? You said it yourself, Mr. Cuthbert. The witness simply lost track of time.
What the witness said isn't what's important here. The significance is in what the professor said in response. She had just come out of a meeting that was scheduled for noon. She would be well aware that it was no longer morning. So why would she respond good morning? Wouldn't she have corrected the witness?
Their encounter was extremely short, and the victim's mind may have been preoccupied. She could have easily responded to the witness without thinking. I'm going to be honest, I kind of agree with her. She's just me. It's not hard to believe they were both confused about the time. It's definitely a stretch. You still can't shake the feeling that she's hiding something. Every time you ask her about how Bellwether acted that day, the eye picks something up. There has to be something there.
Miss Frege, you haven't been entirely truthful in your testimony, have you? That's absurd. What reason would I have to lie? It's such a small detail, why does he even care? Every detail about how she acted is important, Miss Frege. What aren't you telling us?
Mr. Cuthbert, you have no basis to accuse the witness of perjury.
Yes, you will stop this at once. Miss Frege, you're lying about how Bellwether responded to your greeting, aren't you? It doesn't make a difference. All she did was yell at me.
All she did was yell?
Miss Frege, is it possible that Bellwether's response was less than friendly? What do you care? What difference does it make? Why is he being so persistent? My job is to make sure every part of your testimony is truthful. Every detail matters, no matter how seemingly insignificant. Mr. Cuthbert, you will stop this or I will find you in contempt. The professor yelled at you, didn't she, Miss Frege? So what if she did? I mean... I'm sorry, but there's no going back on what you just said. So, you do admit that she yelled at you. You impertinent little... Yes, I admit it. The professor didn't greet me back that day. Oh, good morning, Professor.
Oh. Who was Bellwether again? I forget. She's been dead a long time. I forget who.
The only thing I remember about Bellwether are the fucking glasses on a stick.
Yeah.
What is this? Anything you can do, I can do better bullshit? But I can do everything better. Be quiet. She yelled at me to be quiet. But until then, we had always been nothing but courteous with each other. I don't know what got into her that day. Something put her in a foul mood. But that's it. Everything else I said was the truth. They'll believe me, right?
I'm sorry, Cake. We'll quiet down for you.
I'm sorry. We'll just not talk at all. I did see her come out of the headmaster's office and walk towards the library. That part is true.
So she wasn't lying about that. So, is that all, Mr. Cuthbert?
What do you mean, is that all?
You badgered this witness. All you could prove what exactly?
The witness committed perjury.
The witness changed a small detail of her testimony. A detail that is inconsequential to the case. It was clearly an act with no malicious intent. After seeing her thoughts, it's hard to disagree with that. So sure the eye would lead you somewhere, but Frigg was only lying to save face. The witness saw the victim leave the headmaster's office and head towards the library. Do you have any concrete evidence to refute that, Mr. Cuthbert?
No, I suppose I don't.
Wait, is this really okay? At this rate, this will be the only chance you have to cross-examine her.
I don't think she's lying anymore. And I was really pushing my luck earlier. If I continue pressing her, the judge might actually charge me with contempt.
But if Miriam isn't the one that's lying, then...
The defense has no further questions for the witness, Miss Steelwind.
Prosecutor stays silent for a while. She almost looks disappointed. Very well, Miriam. You're dismissed. Miriam still looks like she's fuming, but she leaves the room without protest. Judge breathes a sigh of relief as the young noble is escorted out of the room. Now with that out of the way, what else do you have, Mr. Cuthbert? The only way to refute the prosecutor's theory is to cast doubt on one of the witnesses. If it wasn't Miriam, then...
Steelwind, to test your theory, we must question every witness that saw the victim that day. So, with that said, the defense would like to call Jan Hughes to the stand.
I hope you understand, Mr. Cuthbert. Your entire case rests on the assumption that one of the witnesses' accounts is incorrect. If your cross-examination of Mr. Hughes leads nowhere, then I hope you're ready to concede. You don't like the sound of it, but she's right. Unless you can find something in Jan's testimony, you won't really have anything to disprove her theory. Bailiff, please bring in Mr. Hughes.
Honestly, the most exhausting voice I've had to do is actually Jan's. Because I have to, like, drag out every single one of his words.
Yeah. And Judge seems quite impartial. Well, is he though?
I mean, scared for his life. Scared for his life is, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, by impartial, you mean can't acquit the defendant unless someone else is proven beyond a shadow of a doubt to have done it. If that's your definition of impartial, then yeah, he's pretty impartial.
It is guilty until someone else is guilty. That's how this court works, I guess.
Witness, please state your name and occupation for the courtroom. Witness, name and occupation.
Right.
I was about to say, she still doesn't seem to have had any trouble getting witness names and occupation like Edgeworth. And then that happens like, oh, okay, never mind.
My name is Jan Hughes. I'm on cleaning staff at the academy.
End of last court. Bullshit, I didn't say anything. Oh, oh, right, yeah. Mr. Hughes, please testify to the court about your encounter with the professor that day.
Sure. My fucking wheeze hasn't gone away. Ugh. I saw the professor when I was cleaning the West Wing hallways. It was about 20 to 30 minutes before the body was discovered. She walked by me, but she looked pretty out of it. I heard she was undead when this happened. Pretty creepy if you asked me. After that, she went into the empty classroom. Well, that was straightforward.
Come on, Jan, what are we supposed to do with that?
I don't know. You guys are the lawyers. I'm just telling you what I saw. Mr. Cuthbert, you may begin your cross-examination. Well...
God, do they have one they can share? Some of us, some of us. Let's leave it at that. Some of us. Anyway, 30 minutes before the body was discovered. Okay, yep. But she looks pretty out of it. I guess we'll start there.
Did anything else look off about her? Yeah, she wasn't undead after all. That remains to be proven. If you say so. Anyway, what was her demeanor like? She looks like she was in a bad mood. Either that or she was tired. I guess she was just dead inside. Literally.
I guess I'll press on that.
I believe you've forgotten a few details about what the professor did. Yeah? Sorry, it's hard to remember these things sometimes.
Which details she,
Hey, remember that thing you noticed last time?
Yeah.
Did you hear her make any sounds? Oh, yeah. After she knocked over the vase, she yelled at me to be quiet. But I didn't even say anything. This detail could be extremely important. Please add it to your testimony, Mr. Hughes. Whatever you say, man.
Pretty weird. She yelled at me.
She wasn't dead, which is pretty creepy because she yelled at me.
There we go. There we go.
Blighto.
Blighto.
Blighto. Objection! Mr. Hughes, you said that Bellwether yelled at you. What were her exact words? I think she yelled at me to be quiet.
What?
I thought it was weird. I didn't even say anything. But I know better than to talk back at her. That's the thing, Hughes. The prosecution's theory is as such. The professor was murdered in the library and was reanimated using animate corpse. With a quick illusion spell, no one would notice that she was undead. However, if what you saw was truly the undead Bellwether, how did she speak to you? Huh?
This doesn't make any sense.
Mr. Hughes, undead can follow simple orders, but they don't have the intelligence to speak.
Perhaps the witness was mistaken.
No, I'm sure I heard her yell at me. I remembered because what she said didn't make any sense. Exactly. He didn't say anything, but she still yelled at him to be quiet.
Wait a minute.
I'm afraid I don't understand. We've already established the victim was dead long before her encounter with Mr. Hughes. But if what he saw wasn't an undead, then what was it?
It had to be an undead. What other explanation is there? It couldn't have been a major illusion. Otherwise, it wouldn't have been able to shove Jan out of the way or knock over the vase. Whatever it was, someone probably used illusory disguise to make it look like Bellwether. Does that mean it was a person? No, if it was a person, how did Bellwether's body end up in the lecture hall? Bellwether wouldn't have been able to turn herself invisible if she was dead. And whatever Jan saw,
yeah,
needs
concentration is broken when you die, by the way.
yeah. No, it's broken when you're incapacitated, actually.
That's the same as death in D&D.
No, death is just permanent incapacitation. Assuming no one revives you.
Blighto.
Blighto. Whatever Jan saw, it needs to be something that could have transported Bellwether's body on the scene. It also needed to have mass and the ability to speak. Or at the very least, it needs to be something that can recreate Bellwether's voice. What could have done that? Yeah, just general arcane constructs, yeah.
That's it. Do you have an answer for us, Mr. Cuthbert? What did the witness actually see? Your Honor, the witness didn't actually hear the dead victim speaking.
I guess this is the second we saw an arcane construct.
No, Bombotron guessed this, I think.
Yes.
Bombotron was the one that guessed this, I think.
Yes.
What he actually heard was her voice being recreated using magic.
Are you trying to say that her voice was recreated using a spell?
Not a spell, Steelwind. It was artificery. And whoever the murderer is, they had the perfect piece of artificery available to them. One programmed with Catherine Bellwether's voice.
You can't possibly mean...
That's right, Steelwind. What Mr. Hughes saw was an arcane construct. An arcane construct? Think of it as a magically animated suit of armor, Your Honor.
Well, you say you could hide a body in the armor. Well, you know what? You did say that.
Stream spike, stream spike.
Oop, oop, oop. Looks fine on my... Oh, no, that's not fine. That is not fine.
Oh, this one's bad.
Yeah, I'm getting a 0 bit rate. I'm at 2 now. I'm at 2 bit rate now. It's 0 now.
Yeah, no, that...
Oh, that
went out.
That was terrible.
This is how I noticed that the judge's blink is 2 frames because it stopped on the first one. His eyes were half open.
Yeah, that was a big lag.
But we ruled out such a possibility, hadn't we? Construct or not, no one could disguise themselves and carry the bodies out of the classroom. A person wouldn't have been able to do it. But arcane constructs are a different thing entirely. Those suits of armor are extremely large, but more importantly, they're hollow. I see. That means that theoretically, someone could have placed the victim's body inside it. The arcane construct wouldn't just transport the body. With an illusory disguise, it would also confuse and mislead anyone who saw it.
Objection!
That's how that... Oh, okay. It's starting to come together better in my head now.
Oh yeah, it's all coming together.
That's how the sheet would have ended up in Wallace's locker. Because if you tell the construct to put the sheet in Wallace's locker. No, wait. No, it would have had to go in. No, so someone told the construct to put the sheet in Miriam's locker. But since the tags were switched, it ended up in Wallace's. And then there was an impossible command that it couldn't follow, which I think we're going to figure out, because the construct being there is a piece of evidence.
I mean, also, if that's the case, then it also checks out, because what was inside of Miriam's locker was completely different than what was inside Wallace's.
Yeah. I commend your deduction, Mr. Cuthbert. I would have never considered that possibility. It's certainly plausible, but what does this prove exactly?
It proves that the body wasn't animated using necromancy. My client isn't the murderer.
The defendant is still capable of performing all of the acts that you described. His compendium contains illusory disguise, after all.
There were several students in the library that day. Any of them could have committed the murder.
One might come to that conclusion if they didn't have one crucial piece of evidence. The sea lotion.
No, the lotion ocean was someone else.
I'd like to present a new piece of evidence to the court. From under her table, you see Miss Steelwind pull out a bloody rapier.
What is that?
Yes, Your Honor. This is the murder weapon.
This is actually illegal to do in U.S. courts, bringing out new evidence without having cleared it first with the judge.
Yes.
But it also makes sense because game Aria wanted to keep the Fregas out at any cost. But now that Tyrion basically just dragged him up to the stand, like, all bets are off.
Yep. She was saving that for the perfect moment, wasn't she? Yeah, wasn't she? This rapier was reported stolen by Miriam Frege weeks before the murder, and during the investigation it was finally found in the defendant's locker.
Wait.
He was clearly trying to use one of her possessions in a paltry attempt to frame her. Why, he even stole her locker's nameplate and placed it over his. Damn it, that's not what happened. But honestly, it sounds more plausible than what really took place. We're basically back to square one, aren't we? Anyone could have told that construct to do all those things. Wait, anyone? Is that really true? Construct transported the professor's body, and someone used an illusion to make it look like her. They even used a pre-recorded voice to make the illusion more convincing.
Who ordered the construct to hide the body?
Could anyone have done that? Can only be changed or...
By the Academy headmaster.
No way. That's not the way I expected this to turn, honestly.
Well, we'll just have to see how it plays out, right?
Yeah. I love this picture for that. Okay, who... These voice lines can only be changed or adjusted by the Academy headmaster. And every command given to a construct is stored in the command log, but the command log might have already been cleared. But we'll see. Yeah, I guess it would have to be... Oh. Oh, dear God.
You spiked again.
Yep, I peeked over when I saw it in chat, and I was like, yep. It was reading like 6.
Your bitrate is fucked.
I know, I think it's the internet. I think it's the internet that's just not as good. Sorry, give me a second. Need to take my medicine. Yeah, I think it's the new internet we have. I looked them up, and apparently they do not have the best reputation. But it's also one of my roommates paying for it, so, you know. If I want to complain...
Free things is free things.
Well, I mean, I pay for part of it, but he's, like, managing it. And I'll probably have to deal with it until at least November, because that's when, like, the introductory, like, discount ends, and then we probably need to find someone else, because they might be cheaper at that point from another introductory discount.
That's fair. I think my internet's included with my apartment. I just needed to buy, like, a good router. Yeah, bad reputation, I wonder why.
Well, they're also just, apparently their customer service is pretty awful, too. What would I do here?
Yeah, I never really thought that my internet, like, you know, I've consistently had, like, pretty shitty stream qualities.
Yeah.
I never really thought that it could have been my internet until I realized, one, I was streaming at my college for one of them, which, you know, college Wi-Fi, and two, I was streaming at home for the other, and my home's Wi-Fi hadn't been updated, like, I don't know if it was the router or just, like, the general settings hadn't been updated in, like, 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
And the way I figured this out was because I was playing Final Fantasy XIV, and there's a buff called Dual Cast, which allows you to cast 2 spells in quick succession. That Dual Cast was not instant. There's about a full second delay between them.
Ooh. Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I'm probably just gonna have to deal with that, with that internet issue for a while.
I'll just let you know if we spike again over chat, because I know that'll be instant for us.
Okay.
So just keep one eye open for that.
Okay. Several memories flood back to you.
Mr. Hughes, you said the bellwether yelled at you. What were her exact words? I think she yelled at me to be quiet. She yelled at me to be quiet. Until then, we had always been nothing but courteous with each other. I don't know what got into her that day, but something put her in a foul mood. Be quiet. There you go. I think that's a better Catherine voice. Sorry. Be quiet.
Eris begins giggling. She seems amused by what's happening. The construct's voice is just a series of pre-recorded messages. I'm not sure if you noticed, but it uses the voice of Professor Bellwether. Unfortunately, you can't make them say anything other than what's recorded. Only the headmaster can change those settings.
No, it can't be him.
What is it, Tyrion? Did you figure something out?
I did.
But is he seriously the one behind all of this?
Miss Steelwind, earlier you said that my client could have orchestrated this entire ruse. But that's simply not true.
How so? Anyone could have ordered the construct to carry out the victim's body.
Yes, but not everyone can change what the constructs are able to say. Only one individual has the credentials for that. Theodore Redmond, headmaster of the Imperial Academy.
Wait, you're not serious, are you? You think the headmaster did all this?
I don't want to believe it.
Be after the ad. No, the ad. We do... Oh, wait. You know what? We have been streaming for over an hour now, and I haven't seen... Oh, boy.
We got a minute. We got a minute. We got a minute.
I thought... Where is... Dashboard? I thought I set the ad manager to post in chat when ads were starting. Ads.
Because Cake's probably mid-ad. To get rid of stream delay, you can also hit pause into play.
Yeah, that's what I usually do. Try and... Yeah, why wouldn't... Yeah, 5 minutes, so that would have been like... So yeah, like a scheduled, like... So what we're doing is, like, we're just doing, like, 1 minute ad breaks every hour. It just gives us a chance to stand up and, you know, run and grab water if we need to. And since we have to run ads, we may as well do something like that.
Because it'll also be... what am I trying to say? It also makes it easier for people to just pop in and say hi if there's not like 30 seconds of pre-roll ads before tuning in.
Unfortunately, I think pre-roll ads are... You have to run 3 minutes of mid-roll ads per hour in order to disable pre-roll.
Really?
Yeah. Which is...
I feel like they must have changed that recently then.
You know what? You know what the problem might have been? I thought the quote unquote ads manager was like an auto schedule algorithm that disabled some of the settings that I set. I think I actually need to enable the ads manager in order for everything to take effect. So next stream, that'll be good.
Wait, so
we good? Okay, yeah, we're still good on that. Actually, no. Okay, there we go. We good to go?
I believe so. I was just. This can be a conversation for after. Yeah.
Okay.
It's not serious. I just.
What do you mean? It'll
if-
be Thursday. It's Thursday. I promise. I promise my throat won't be dying because I don't have to work until after that stream again.
It was not my fault this time. I was ready.
I did have to cancel
that's all I
last
wanna say.
minute because my alarm went off at 6:45, and I just like I just felt awful. My voice was fucked for some reason.
Yeah, it wasn't my fault. Not this time. The other times might have been, but not this time. But I'm wondering if we should just do pre-rolls, so that people who are watching only have to deal with the pre-rolls at the start, and then don't have to deal with ads like at all throughout the rest of it. If we're getting pre-rolls anyway, because I absolutely do not want to show three minutes of ads per hour.
No, absolutely not. But yeah, I guess the issue is it's when the internet's acting up like this and people need to refresh. Here, let me actually pull it up and see what it says.
See, the thing about that though is that if they're refreshing them, they're still getting pre-rolls unless we do the 3 minutes an hour.
Yeah. Where's...
And
ads?
also, it also means more ads for Twitch, and I don't like that.
True. Okay, so running a minute of ads per hour was quote unquote partially disabled pre-roll ads for incoming viewers.
For the next 20 minutes, yeah.
Okay. I mean,
It's every 30 seconds of ads is 10 minutes of pre-roll disable.
3 minutes is way too long. Like, literally getting up to go get water, that probably takes me about a minute anyway. Like, to get up, get my water filter, pour a cup of water, refill it to the point where it's about replacement level, and come back. Yeah, I don't know what the best solution here is. We can figure it out later. Let's turn ads manager off.
It's not a super serious topic, and it's
No.
we'll absolutely do it later. So
We're making like a cent with each stream.
yeah, and making money is not the reason why we do this anyway. So
Yeah.
water filter, because I do not trust plumbing.
No, the pipes in a lot of places in the U.S. you just don't trust. Some of them have lead still.
Yeah, in extreme cases they have lead.
But in other cases they're
you
just kind
absolutely
of
wanna filter
generally
that out.
like very minerally,
bad.
very hard. So they're like pitchers of water that you like pour
Especially
in the that have like a lid you pour in the top, and that has a filter in it, and it just filters the water to make it, you know,
especially
clean to drink.
Like from our hometown, if you have well water, that's fucked.
Yeah.
But I have one here. The water is supposed to be safe to drink and supposed to be very good for you. Delicious water is what all of my students say. But I don't know. I just feel better with a filter. It is a pain in the ass to refill every time, but you know.
Yeah, it takes like 10 to 15 seconds to refill it.
Oh, I've got like a huge
Oh,
not like that huge, but like one of the basically like, you know, Gatorade things.
oh,
like
okay,
filters,
yeah. I know the rough size.
So I have to basically carry around like a 1 or 2 liter bottle and fill that to help fill the other one, or to help fill the filter, since I can't just put that under the sink.
Sorry, I'm
The water
vibing
is
to the.
delicious though.
I'm vibing to the I'll call it the pursuit theme, even though that's absolutely not what it's called. That's an Ace Attorney-ism.
I believe this is Attack of Opportunity. No. If this is the second pursuit theme, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, there's like the
one that
objection and the
appears in
pursuit.
cut-ins. That's no. So there's objection and pursuit. Objection we heard earlier.
Yeah.
But there are 2 types of pursuit. There's one that shows up during the objection, and there's one that shows up that starts playing during the cut-in. Just like how there are two pursuit themes for every game except for Apollo Justice, I believe. So the normal pursuit theme is Attack of Opportunity, and the second pursuit theme is Sacks of Opportunity, which is beautiful.
Oh, I think that's what this one is. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I turned Ad Manager on and off. It looks like it's going to run ads anyway, even though I app just turned
Lovely.
it off. So 35 seconds. I'm going to get up and go get water then.
I'm gonna go fuck with my filter.
Okay, see you guys. See you in a minute. I love Twitch. Twitch is perfectly functioning, and all the options do exactly what they say immediately. Straight out of your tap. Okay. No need to brag. I'll see you in a minute.
You do that, Cake. You do that. I actually have a funny story regarding water filters. One day, I want to say it was about like 2-3 months ago-ish. I came back home from work, and I found that my filter had just like fucking exploded. Like... You're doing this purely out of spite. But, like, I don't mean, like, it actually exploded, but, like, for some reason, there was water just fucking everywhere. And my filter that was full that morning was empty. So, I don't know what happened. I don't know if, like, the friendly poltergeist of my apartment, that, you know, always tangles my cords and tangles my headphones, I don't know if that had anything to do with it, but, like, I literally came home and there was just, like, there's just marks of, like, evaporated water all over the fucking floor.
Water spots.
Oh, yeah, you're getting water. About, like, 2-3 months ago-ish, I came home from work and my water filter, like, exploded. So, like, the filter physically was fine, but like it was full the morning I left, and then it was just empty, and there was water everywhere and water spots everywhere when I got back, and I was like, what the fuck happened here?
Somebody murdered your water filter.
Honestly, its guts were fucking everywhere.
Okay, it's probably been a minute.
I was gonna make a joke, but I shouldn't.
I'll wait till
I might DM it to you though.
Just to go ahead. This is a joke. Hydrated turnabout. Okay.
It's funny, but I don't think I should say that on stream.
No, probably not.
But he's the only person who could have done it.
That's completely ridiculous. Headmaster Remnant would never do something like this.
Miss Steelwind, there's one common element between each of the witnesses' encounters with Bellwether. It's what Bellwether said to them.
She yelled at both of them to be quiet.
Miriam Frago was particularly surprised. She had a good relationship with the professor. But when greeted by the professor, Bellwether just shouted at her.
What? Do you mean greeted when she greeted? Either way. Gatekeeping jokes.
Unplayable game.
No, it's
what's
it's
that,
something
what's that quote?
We could say it on stream. Like, it's not against TOS. Noah's just a coward.
Yes, I am. I won't deny that here. What the fuck was rich person skip?
Oh, in Hollow Knight randomizers, because you don't have the swim ability, the only way, if you end up in King Station, the only way you can get into the rest of the City of Tears is by getting one of the noble husks to jump off the edge at you and pogo them midair so you get enough height to clear the water and get into the rest of City of Tears. I call it rich person skip.
It is slightly quicker. Almost as if the professor was responding indiscriminately. And recall her encounter with Jan Hughes. The professor knocked over a vase and shouted at him to be quiet immediately after. Even though he hadn't said anything.
She was responding to the sound of the vase breaking.
Now let me ask you this, Steelwind. Where did Bellwether come from before she encountered Miss Fraga and Mr. Hughes?
Her meeting.
With the headmaster. It appears that the defense truly means to indict Theodore Redmond. If so, we have no choice but to take a brief recess until he can be brought here.
There's no need. Fortunately for you, I'm already in the gallery. The headmaster stood up from the gallery seats behind you and slowly walked onto the witness stand. Has he been here the entire time? Now, please correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. Cuthbert, but do you think I am the one who committed this crime?
I'm sorry, Redmond. But no matter how I look at it, everything I found points to you.
No, there's no need to apologize. In fact, I should commend you on the lengths that you're going to defend dear Wallace. The court appreciates your understanding, Mr. Redmond.
Ooh.
He pissed.
She angry. She angry.
No talk of me, I angry. Now then, to clear the air, I suppose I should give my testimony on what happened that day. That day, I had a meeting scheduled with the professor at noon. She showed up at the expected time, and we discussed various administrative matters. Our meeting went on for an hour, after which she left to prepare for her next class. Despite our many disagreements, we still knew how to be civil with one another. After all, I had no reason to bear a personal grudge against her.
Bullshit.
That's total bullshit.
Bullshit.
Hi, Cake. Welcome back.
Hey, hey, hey.
I just can't see it. Seems like such a nice person. Is he really the person we're looking for?
He has to be. No one else could have orchestrated this entire plot.
Just need to find out how and why. Where do we have any?
It's one of the Bellwether portraits.
Oh yeah, probably. Oh wait, this one?
Bellwether revealed this plan to the headmaster during a meeting a few weeks ago. It seems so.
Yeah. Her reputation, her autopsy. Yeah. I think this one. Oh, you know what? You know what? That's why they had to replace this one. This one.
Yeah, I wonder if they replaced it because we got another Bellwether face testimony.
Yeah. Well. Time, there's administrative matters, went on for an hour, left, presumably to prepare for the next class. I'm just gonna start by pressing.
Wait. Yeah, can I see the evidence real quick?
Sure.
One of the earlier testimonies. Okay. Okay, no. I must have been imagining things then. Never mind.
Okay.
Really? Even after the way she's acted toward the students and faculty?
Make no mistake, I've heard many complaints regarding her actions, and I've had many conversations with her to try and correct her behavior. But at the end of the day, she was a remarkable professor. Regardless of her...
Tenured professors, man.
Tenured professors. They can get away with anything. Regardless of her lack of people skills. This testimony pretty much matches what we know so far.
I'm not entirely sure if he's lying or not, but at the very least we know that he was involved in the professor's murder. But why?
If you can figure out his motive, you might be able to find out how to reveal him to the court. Well.
Oh.
Well.
Air out all the dirty laundry.
Yep.
Objection!
Redmond, did you really hold no animosity towards Professor Bellwether?
Of course not. I did have strong opinions about her methods of teaching, but I always remained professional. We both did.
Frankly, I find that hard to believe. In fact, I think you might have had a very good reason to murder the professor, considering that she was going to take your job.
What? So you knew about that? I'm sorry, but I don't follow. Just how was the professor going to take the headmaster's job?
According to Miriam Frege, Catherine Bellwether was currying favor with the noble families. In fact, there is a plan to oust Mr. Redmond and appoint Bellwether as a new headmaster of the academy.
What? But in any case, I doubt that the headmaster had any idea of this until now.
I'd like to remind the court of the witness's reaction just now. He said, "So you knew about that." His reaction was one of surprise. But he wasn't surprised by this information. He was surprised that I knew this information.
That's... Please, dear Arya. I may be a frail old man,
His eyes are open. His eyes are open.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I may be a frail old man.
Shit's going down now.
But I'm perfectly capable of defending myself.
If you have an explanation, Mr. Redmond, then by all means, I'd love to hear it.
Gladly. It is true that I knew about the Frege's plot beforehand, but I only just learned about it.
Sorry, I don't know if I told you this. Edgeworth's Allegro theme is actually Presto.
What, like the actual, like, tempo?
The actual tempo of it and the name of the song title is Presto. It's not Allegro.
Oh.
For both of Edgeworth's games. It's a really nice touch.
Yeah.
Anyway, go on.
On the day of the murder, the professor told me about her plan. She was going to replace me as headmaster and place the staff with her arcane constructs. Now, you might say this would have given me the perfect motive to murder the professor. However, the supposed murder weapon was stolen from Miss Frege. This happened weeks before the murder and my discovery of the professor's treachery. I had no knowledge of their plan before she told me, and therefore I wouldn't have known to steal Miss Frege's weapon in an attempt to frame her. Are you satisfied now, Mr. Cuthbert? There's no way that the headmaster could have come up with this plan. Well... Where... wait, wait... Is it a bellwether portrait?
Which one?
Is it a bellwether portrait?
One of them. One of them.
Yeah, here we go. Courtney Bell revealed his plan to headmaster during a meeting a few weeks ago. If he really did do this, that means he stole the rapier too, right?
Most likely.
His alibi makes sense. He couldn't have planned the whole thing unless he knew about Bellwether's plans. That would mean he knew about this weeks ago. But how did he even find out?
The best way to tell a convincing lie is to leave a lot of truth and only change one detail. This is true. Maybe Bellwether did tell him, but she actually told him weeks ago.
Question is, how do you prove that?
Mr. Cuthbert, you may begin your cross-examination. Another way of telling convincing lies is to give yourself a reputation as a truth teller.
True.
And that is not to say that I lie. I think it should be, if you're presenting, it should be on the first one.
Should it? Or the one that says on the day of the murder.
Oh, that's true. Sorry. Never mind.
Yeah.
I'm just dumb. I'm sorry.
Fuck, which one was it? This one? This one.
One of the bellwether portraits.
Yeah, one of them.
Objection!
Redmond, you keep saying that you didn't know about Bellwether's plot before yesterday. You still plan on standing behind that claim?
Of course I am. Because it's the truth.
I'm sorry, Redmond, but you should really close your doors during your meetings.
What? Did someone see?
It is true that Bellwether revealed her plan to you during one of your meetings. In fact, Jan Hughes happened to overhear that same meeting. He only overheard the part where the staff would be replaced.
Oh, yeah, yep, he's getting more expressive.
And that's the strangest part, Redmond. According to Mr. Hughes, this meeting occurred weeks ago.
You can't accuse the headmaster of perjury based on a rumor. Everything you've just said is based on secondhand information.
Mr. Hughes distinctly overheard that the staff would be replaced with arcane constructs. That is too specific and too accurate to assume that he misheard a different conversation.
The professor probably only revealed her plan for the arcane constructs. That still doesn't prove that he knew about her treachery beforehand.
Professor Bellwether had no authority over the cleaning staff's employment. It wouldn't make sense for her to just reveal her plan for the arcane constructs. That would only make sense if he knew that Bellwether would be taking his job. So tell me one thing, Redmond. Why did you find the need to lie about this? Is it because you saw a need to protect yourself from my accusations? Oh, you're spiking a bit.
Nope. Looks like it's back to fine now.
Yep. Redmond, I asked you a question. Did you murder Catherine Bellwether?
What a fine mess this is. I'm not done. Not yet. Headmaster? So you truly plan on pushing this, are you? Well, your thesis sounded promising, Mr. Cuthbert, but I believe your arguments could use a little work. You think I killed Catherine Bellwether? Me? I'm an elderly man in his late 80s. I was alone and had nothing to overpower Bellwether with. I can barely walk, much less wield a rapier.
You're spiking a teensy weensy bit.
What do you mean?
Should be fine now.
Yeah. I mean... I guess I would go with that.
Hit it. But you and Bellwether weren't the only people in that room, were you? You needed the arcane construct to carry Bellwether's body. That means that the construct would have already been in your office.
Yeah, it's the attorney's badge. It's the attorney's badge.
And with your privileges, you could have easily programmed the construct to stab Bellwether for you.
Even so, think about what would have transpired after. Recall Miss Steelwind's timeline of Bellwether's witnesses. With your theory, the construct would have spent more than an hour in the library. Having it there would have risked my so-called ruse from being discovered. Luckily, Lady Frege can't tell night from day. I wouldn't have the construct linger around the library. Lady Frege can't tell night from day. Contradicts. Okay, so contradict a piece of evidence. I mean, I guess it's one of these two. I don't think it's logic. It's either intuition or empathy.
I just jammed.
Fair enough. Contradict the wouldn't have the construct linger around the library. No, anger and fear are pretty reasonable. I mean,
yeah, for empathy, anger and fear are reasonable for him, one, being cornered, and two, almost being accused as the murderer.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, and I have health.
You have health. The timing deduced from Miss Frege's testimony is predicated on one thing. She saw Miss Bellwether exit your office after your meeting. However, if we assume that you're lying about when this meeting ended, your entire argument falls apart. Miss Frege would have encountered Bellwether after her death at 2:01 p.m.
Miss Frege wouldn't have made a mistake like that.
Miss Frege thought it was morning when she saw Bellwether. She can't reliably tell the time.
Then what about where the rapier was placed? If I really was the murderer, then that would mean I planted the weapon in young Wallace's locker. Several of the students had lockers there that I had access to. I wouldn't have placed the incriminating evidence in that locker. Wallace is one of my prized students. If I had to frame anyone, he would be the last person I'd choose.
But he would frame Frege. No, you skipped over it. You skipped over
I'm
it.
sure I did.
It's the locked book, right above.
God damn it! I hate this. If I had to give a criticism right now, it would be that the pieces of evidence need to be distinct from each other.
Well, that's why they fucking redid that testimony one.
Yeah. I'm sure that's a limitation of the game somehow, but... Okay, so yeah, that's the one.
You're right, Mr. Redmond. You wouldn't try to frame Wallace, but you would try to frame Miriam Frege. It would have been the perfect act of revenge, wouldn't it? You murder your treacherous co-worker and frame the daughter of the family that helped her. But something went wrong, didn't it, Redmond? The labels on Wallace's locker and Miriam's locker were switched. Anyone who saw that would have easily mixed them up.
I am the headmaster of the Imperial Academy. I have records of all the students' lockers and where they're located. There's no reason I would make a mistake like that. If I truly planned this, I would have known where Wallace's locker was. A simple change in the labels wouldn't have led me to make such a careless mistake like that. But
But
Okay.
it's the
It's
inactive
probably
one,
the.
It's the inactive one.
You think?
I think so.
Process each of those tasks individually. Task B is impossible.
Or Arcane
Okay.
Construct, if you check the first one. Simple task when ordered too. You could do that too. You might.
It's clearly something with the constructs.
They might also just give you the point for having something related to a construct, right?
Probably.
I personally say it's the first one.
Command.
But your call. Your call.
Um.
I don't want to be the one responsible for us losing health. So,
You don't think it
I'm
is?
moving
You
into
don't
your
think it's the
capable
first
hands.
ones? Oh, my capable hands. My hands are capable, are they?
I said that with as much sarcasm as I can muster.
Sure, we'll do the first one.
But it wasn't you, was it? Your arcane construct was the one who planted the rapier in the locker. I bet you commanded it to place this rapier in the locker of Mayor and Frega. But it saw the ID number on Wallace's locker and assumed that it was Miriam's.
This is... Redmond begins desperately stammering, looking for something to say. Miss Steelwind, say something! What? Mr. Cuthbert, the theory may be plausible, but there's no evidence to support it. Huh, that's right. You don't have any proof, do you? There's no evidence of my orders. Saying that I could have committed the murder isn't the same as proving I did it. I mean, are we really just going to use the same piece of evidence
The
again
inactive one.
for the third one?
Inactive one. Inactive one.
There's no evidence of my orders.
Yes, there is a log in every single one, and there's an inactive one in the Academy locker room.
I think you could do either, honestly.
Honestly, probably.
I'm going to do this one again. Oh.
Nice. I was right.
Shut
Your arcane construct is still in the locker room where it planted the rapier. All we have to do is take a look inside and we'll see the blood inside.
Is that so, Mr. Cuthbert? What? Why does he still look so confident? No, Mr. Cuthbert, I already checked the inside of that construct during my investigation. The interior was completely clean.
What?
The construct's primary function is to assist and clean, dear Tyrion. They have a function that allows them to
This
clean...
makes Mr. Clean capable of the perfect crime, by the way.
They have a function that allows them to clean themselves, inside and out.
I kind of want that function. Well, we can still look at his command history, right?
Think about it, Mr. Cuthbert. Do you honestly think that the murderer would leave behind evidence like that? I'm sure that whoever orchestrated this plot, they ordered the construct to wipe its logs when it was finished.
No.
That's right, Mr. Cuthbert. Your case against me is theoretical at best. But I suppose I can still give you marks for trying. Damn it, he thought of everything. No, he didn't! Time of the conflict isn't obvious. We still thought it was Frega. Honestly, I wasn't expecting the headmaster until I started thinking about it a little deeper. Is he seriously able to get rid of all of the evidence? You're running out of options, but you still have one tool left. Huh, it's unbecoming to glare like that, young Tyrion. He's doing it again. Yourself back to that moment with Garrick Pierce. Think about what's at stake for Wallace, just like you did with Celeste. His life and his future are in your hands.
Naught can remain concealed.
Activated the empowered eye again. Redmond did a good job of covering his tracks. There has to be something that he forgot to get rid of. Okay, let's start with the one in the locker room.
Yep.
Why was the construct in the locker room, though? It shouldn't have been there if it had followed my orders. No matter. It wiped its logs. They have nothing on me. So he did order it to wipe its logs. In order to cover all of its tracks, it probably would have done this last. And the logic limitation.
And?
The construct's orders were clear. Plant the body in Lecture Hall 2B, and then plant the evidence in Frega's locker. It was supposed to head to the storage room afterward. What happened? Interesting. Construct wasn't supposed to be in the locker room? Wait, he ordered the construct to go to the storage room? It would have done that after it was finished planting evidence in the locker room. But we found it in the locker room. What stopped the construct from leaving the locker room? It would have had to be an impossible order.
Yes. So
do we need to figure out? We need to figure out what the impossible order is.
Do you want to check the map? Maybe it's that.
Could. Storage closet. What stopped the construct from leaving the locker room?
Or maybe it is the logic limitation. I don't
it
think
could
so,
be.
Though, right?
That would be
because we.
That explains why it was in there, but it doesn't explain what the impossible order would have been.
No. It's earlier.
Earlier?
One of the earlier evidences. Keep going. Keep going. There.
Oh. So it would have. So it deposited the body, went to the locker. Oh.
Planted the evidence in the locker, but couldn't get out.
Right. Right. The body was probably reported earlier than Redmond expected. This means he probably started the lockdown before the construct was finished in the locker room. But does this change anything?
How does the lockdown affect the construct's actions?
Command was interrupted by the lockdown. Right, the series of commands would have been interrupted. Wait a minute.
Constructs execute a series of commands in the order that they are given. But let's say one of those tasks is impossible to complete. When the construct gets to that task, it will deem the entire series impossible to complete. As a result, it will stop executing the series altogether.
So she's still even in the flashback, she's quoted as Steel Wind. Sorry, that it just caught my eye. It's funny.
It's a nice touch.
So if a task in a series of commands is impossible, then that command will interrupt the entire series. Construct's final command was to wipe its memory, but if its orders were interrupted by the lockdown, then...
Miss Steelwind, I have nothing more to ask this witness.
What? You're not giving up, are you?
Do you even have to ask?
Yeah, I thought so. But how are you going to prove he did it if he's not testifying?
Don't worry, the next witness's testimony will be all I need.
Next witness? That look on your face isn't one of defeat. Just what are you planning? Huh, it's nothing but desperate bravado. Now if you'll excuse me. You've let your quarry get away, Mr. Cuthbert. I hope you know what you're doing.
I do, Miss Steelwind. First, I'd like for the Inquisition to bring in the arcane construct in the Academy's locker room.
We've already established that the murder could have wiped its history.
Please, just humor me for a second, Miss Steelwind.
Very well. Bailiff, please relay Mr. Cuthbert's request to Commander White. Well, here's your construct. I hope you know what you're doing, Mr. Cuthbert.
Construct? What are your orders? Please recite your command history. Reporting. Command 1. Stand by in Headmaster's office. Command 2. Await vocal signal. Attack from Theodore Redmond.
Hear Redmond stand up from the gallery. Seeing this, the prosecutor watches him and carefully clutches the handle of her cane.
Command 3. Treat Catherine Bellwether as a hostile entity and neutralize.
Construct, wipe your... Hodl. Before he can finish the sentence, the prosecutor points her cane at the headmaster. Magical energy shoots from it and collides directly with him. Magic wreaths around his body and stops him from moving. He's clearly trying to struggle against it, but it looks like he can't even move his mouth.
Dude, she just casted Hold Person.
She did.
That's a 4th level spell. That's a 4th level spell, isn't it?
Do we have a Hold Person on here?
We don't have it.
No, we don't. Yeah, it's a high level spell.
Hold Person is 4th, right? Hold on.
I think so.
No, it's level 2.
Oh,
level
okay.
2, sorry.
Okay.
Hold Monster is level 5.
Excuse the interruption. Please continue.
I'm almost certain that she could probably cast level 6 spells, though.
Probably.
It just seems like something that she could do. Command 4, await vocal signal leave from Theodore Redmond. Command 5, move to classroom 2B. Reply to any inquiries with voice line number 3. Command 6, remove Catherine Bellwether from interior frame and place on floor. Thank you, Construct. You can stop now. I think we all know the rest. But just to be clear, who gave you this series of commands? Commands were provided by Headmaster Theodore Redmond.
How? How? I ordered the construct to wipe its command history.
Mr. Redmond, constructs don't follow the same logic that humans do. They're prone to error when their commands are impossible to execute.
Impossible? In what way were my commands impossible?
You were the one that made it impossible. You activated the lockdown system.
The lockdown?
The body was found earlier than you'd like. You had no choice but to immediately activate the lockdown system when it was reported. However, the construct was still in the locker room when you did this.
So that's why it was there.
The construct finishes its task in the locker room, but then it tried to follow your next command. It tried to move to the storage room, but was prevented from doing so. Completion of that command was impossible. So, the series of commands were stopped before it wiped its history.
You little...
Theodore Redmond, you ordered your construct to murder Catherine Bellwether. Then you had it place the murder weapon in a locker to frame Miriam Frege. And we have your construct's testimony to prove it. And that's checkmate.
I can't believe it. How could you do something like this, Headmaster? She was going to take everything from me. My position, my academy, my students.
Hold Person does actually silence someone. It paralyzes, and paralyzed creatures cannot move or speak. Sorry, go on.
Everything would be gone. It was going to be stolen by her and the Freges. Why didn't you say anything to me? I could have... Don't you dare stand there and act ignorant, Lady Steelwind. Do you think the Freges acted alone? Your father was part of this plot, too. What? I have nothing to say to you. I thought you were different. I listened to your lies about societal reform. In the end, you were just like the rest of the aristocracy. By the Scaled Lord, what have I done? I was even willing to sacrifice poor Wallace. I can't believe Why did I listen? Why did I do this? Oh. Someone else is really behind this, I suppose.
It appears we have a full confession. The court sees no reason to prolong this any further. Bailiff, please escort the witness to a holding cell. I told you, case 2 is when this shit starts getting real fucking good.
Yeah, that was a good case.
Mr. Cuthbert, you really did it.
It feels amazing, right? Like a big weight being lifted from your shoulders.
It does, but I can't believe the headmaster was the one who did this.
Right. Despite everything Redmond did, he was the one that allowed Wallace to pursue his dreams.
I'm sorry. I'm sure that this is bittersweet for you. What am I gonna do now? Headmaster Redmond was the only reason I could even attend the academy. With him gone...
Come on, don't think like that. You gotta quit it. I'm sure it'll all work out. You want to agree, but necromancy is basically taboo. Without Redmond's support, there aren't many places he could learn it legitimately. And then there's the Imperial Academy. Hey, don't you get all sad on me too.
Sorry, I was just thinking. With Redmond gone, the Fragos will probably just appoint another sycophant as the headmaster. Valentina, Valerie, and Jan, they're all gonna lose their jobs.
Come on, you found the truth and you put a murderer behind bars. You saved Wallace. She's right. You start to exit the courtroom, you're greeted by Miss Tamora. Was she in the gallery this entire time? At the end of the day, you saved Wallace from a wrongful conviction. You should be proud of yourself for that.
I suppose you're right. Maybe I am just overthinking things.
But the doubt still lingers in your mind. Oh, come on, I'm taking Wallace to that restaurant we went to last time.
Do you remember how much that place cost?
Don't worry, I have plenty of gold.
Am I the only one on this team not making any gold?
Why don't you meet us there, Celeste? I need to talk with Tyrion for a moment. Alright, let's go, Wallace.
Okay.
He's got a little crush. You activated the Empowered Eye again, didn't you? She doesn't appear to be praising you.
I did. I didn't really have a choice.
The Eye of Horus is a powerful tool, Tyrion. But that's twice now that you've used the Empowered Eye to get out of a tough spot. You can't keep relying on it if you want to grow as an attorney. One day you'll find a witness that the Empowered Eye won't work on.
It's worked for me this far, though.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
But I suppose you're right. I'll try to rely on it less next time. And that marked the end of another case in my career as a defense attorney. Another life saved, and another murderer brought to justice.
Better if he'd succeeded and his plan fully worked.
I mean,
Well,
literally, if he had just told the construct to stand by in the locker room and then wipe the logs, he would have gotten away with it.
Yeah, but you're worried if you leave it in the locker room, that's a potential thread to tug on. If it just ends up in the storage room with no command history and no evidence it was used in the murder, there's no thread.
But he's the headmaster. He could literally just say that there's going to be an arcane construct in the locker room from now on.
Yeah, but he would have had to do that like weeks beforehand. Same time he would have stolen Frega's rapier.
Yeah.
And then when he called it to the headmaster's office, that would have been suspicious.
Yeah. But I still couldn't shake this feeling of uneasiness. Was it guilt for what would happen to the faculty staff? Or was it something else?
Hey, we did it! We made progress!
Man, Steelman has been talking with the perp for hours. What's there to even ask at this point? Turns out she doesn't trust his testimony. Something about his memories not matching up with the crime scene. You don't think he has mage plate, does he? No, it's not that. She found that damn symbol etched into his desk.
Oh?
And what did she call it? The purple mark? Oh, for the love of it, not this again. Look, the little lady wants to chase the boogeyman just loud. At least this time she's doing it personally instead of dragging us into it.
Cast sleep.
Hey! What's up? He just fucking felt like a sack of bricks.
Who did this to your desk? What has gotten into you? I've already admitted to everything. What more could you possibly want from me? Where did this graffiti come from? What is this symbol? What is the purple mark? I don't know. A student must have done it at some point. Think very hard, Headmaster. When did you receive this purple symbol? Focus on the moment you received this. Wait a minute. I remember it now. But how? Sleepy time. Lady
Sleepy time.
Steelwind? Lady Steelwind. Arya, what happened? Are you okay? That was close. My elation over meeting him almost made me forget. Eris, what are you doing here? Why? Wait, I remember now. It was you. You put those ideas into my mind. You're the one who told me to murder Bellwether.
Oh, you humans never fail to amuse me. I didn't make you do anything. Everything you did that day, all the planning, all the preparation, that came from your own mind. And I have to say, I was quite entertained with the scheme you came up with. Why, you even broke into Miriam's room. I didn't know you had it in you, old man.
You made me forget about our conversation. But how? Illusions can't affect the mind. Magic can't affect the mind.
It's a shame, though. I would much rather turned Wallace into the antagonist of this chapter. Could you imagine if he turned? It would have been spectacular. Armies of the undead running rampant in the streets. But alas, even I couldn't corrupt his pure soul.
Answer me. Who are you? What are you?
Who am I? I'm the Lord of the Sixth Circle.
I don't know if that's just me, but you cut out like halfway through your scream.
That might have been Discord.
So, I for some reason thought that the crime was actually perpetrated 3 weeks ago,
Oh.
or several weeks ago,
Mm-hmm.
and the body was somehow kept in like a near pristine state through magic or whatever. There's like there are certain magics that can do that.
Right.
And that's why he made the smell in the room on that day to mask the rotting body.
Oh.
And that was my theory, but
That was an
seems like it
interesting
was
theory, but
It seems like it was much simpler than that.
Yeah.
Oh, Mark. Magic can affect the mind by stabbing a magic knife through it.
We
What
call
about
that psychic damage.
Is that basically what Mind Spike does?
Mind Sliver, yeah.
Or no, Mind Spike.
I think also Psychic Lance, right?
Probably.
I know that what is it? Soul Knife rogues can actually do that. Like they actually just make psychic blades and just like fucking stab people with them.
Okay. It's
do you wanna do?
9. It's 9 a.m. where I am, so it's like midnight for you.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want
The
to?
only thing I have going is at 1 p.m. tomorrow. So.
Okay. So do you want to start case 3 today?
That's up to you. I'm good for anything. I'm just here for the ride.
A physically blade through the head, but like magicked. Yeah, I guess let's Yes? Alright, well, let's do it then. Came from
Alright.
episode 3. Oh,
I'm sorry, Tyrion.
yeah, Tyrion, probably Tyrion's dad.
There's so many things that I wanted to tell you. So many things that I wanted to show you. I'm afraid that I can't do that now. I need you to be strong now. This world is bleak, merciless, and unforgiving. But I've seen you. I know how bright the light within you is. Use my eyes, peer beyond the divine gate as I once did. Use it to reclaim the future.
The origins of Horus.
Basically only 3 things from this case actually stick out in my head, and I am very excited for you to see them.
Okay. Preposterous. Completely and utterly
But-
preposterous.
This is also another very strong one. So.
Oh, I'm gonna do the most nasally
it.
Waluigi ass
Do it.
voice for this guy.
Do it. Is something wrong, Lord Von Sanctus?
You filthy rat! You cheated, didn't you? That's right, you're just a cheat and a charlatan!
Lloyd Van Sanctus, occupation nobleman.
Do you have any evidence to prove that ridiculous claim?
I mastered chess before you could crawl out of whatever rat hole you came from. Do you honestly expect anyone here to believe that you could defeat me?
Honestly, I'm just as disappointed as you are.
Isn't
I love Tyrion.
Von Sanctus? Isn't that one of the 4 big noble houses?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure.
Yes, and Tyrion does not give a damn. I was expecting more of a challenge from House Von Sanctus. But I suppose all the gold in the world can't buy you a modicum of skill.
You little upstart!
Von Sanctus' acquaintance clears his throat and gestures subtly to the crowd of spectators. Everyone's attention is on him, and you can see the crowd muttering amongst themselves. His undignified behavior probably isn't doing him favors with public image.
Was it Von Sanctus that had the ocean of lotion? Or was it the other house?
Oh, I don't remember.
God.
I don't remember. Realizing himself, he tries to regain his composure.
It's preposterous!
He walks away, muttering the word preposterous under his breath a few more times. Sounds like he's trying to reassure himself more than anyone else.
So, that was something.
Yeah. I knew that he'd get angry, but I didn't expect him to make a scene like that.
Well, you did insult him. Not to say that he didn't deserve it.
Come on. I love seeing those conceited nobles lose their minds when I beat them. It's half of the fun of playing these tournaments.
Wow. Where's this confidence when we're in the courthouse?
That's... Court cases are different.
Trying to call Cthulhu about a theater doing Macbeth. It went well. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Call of
course.
Cthulhu about Macbeth. That, honestly, that sounds like a lot of fun.
Any Shakespearean thing with Call of Cthulhu would be a fucking riot. Like, Romeo and Juliet would be hilarious.
Honestly, I'd love a twist on Midsummer Night's Dream.
Oh god. But instead of the fucking horse head, it's just like a fucking tentacle. Titania's gonna have a fucking wild time.
I wasn't gonna say it, but...
I have to deal with real-world elements during a trial, and that includes Prosecutor Steelwind.
Prosecutor Steelwind, huh? Wonder if she plays chess. Now there's a thought. Wonder if she'd be willing to play against you sometime. She can't be any worse than these pampered nobles. Anyways, we should celebrate somewhere in town.
Honestly, Tyrion's probably rank 2 and she's probably rank 1.
That would be so funny.
That'd be so funny.
Even if he was a pushover, you'd just be one of the top-ranked chess players in the kingdom. To be honest, you had your reservations about returning to the city of Oranax. If you weren't facing one of the 4 pillars, you would have never come back here. You'd rather leave this city as soon as possible. I saw a cafe while we were walking around. Food smelled great. I'd really like to go there.
We could always go to the one in cafes in the capital, and there are plenty of places to choose from there.
Trust me, I've traveled around the world. There's nothing better than food from a thriving port city.
Alright. I suppose there's no harm in staying a little longer.
She does have a point. City streets seem livelier than when you last saw them. see a lot of businesses that weren't here before, and they all seem to be very well off. Despite being a port city, Arnax used to look like a ghost town. Has local nobility been investing in the city? You find that possibility very hard to believe. Arrive at the cafe that Celeste told you about. As you enter, you're struck by a powerful aroma of freshly baked pastries and coffee. The scent of the baked goods swirls around you. You take a moment to inhale the enticing smells. You have to admit that it's making you very hungry. Oh, please, can I?
Go ahead.
So, you seek to enter the domain of the Deathbringer songstress. Well, if glory is what you seek, then look no further. For you stand before...
Oh, fucking...
Go ahead.
Alright.
Masorika Tudor, Dark Lord of Oranax.
Head further in the cafe, you're approached by a familiar face. Masorika Tudor, occupation merchant.
Rika, is that you?
Ha! It appears my reputation precedes me. How good of you to... Wait, you're... Tyrion? You're back!
Hi.
Why didn't you tell anyone that you were back in town? Do you have any idea how worried we've all been? Do you two know each other?
Right.
Kate, you rehearsed one scene for an entire lighting ring fell down on the stage. Ouch.
Ouch.
Yeah, yes, we're going to eat cake.
Celeste, this is... I don't know. I don't remember how you said that.
I said it Masorika. If it's
too.
shortened to Rika, maybe it's Masorika shortened to Rika.
I do believe...
I think it's... Here, I'm going to give a guess.
Yep, go ahead.
Nope, that's the wrong one.
Which?
The quote. I thought it was going to... I know the quote Cake is looking for. I thought it was number 8. There, 5.
I forgot about that one.
Bug Fables was a great game.
It was. It really was. I was reminded of it recently because of the arcade one. You know, like the first person, like, I think it was like Tower Escape one. But that's neither here nor there. I do believe... This is neither here nor there, and I don't know if this is the actual reasoning, but moso in Japanese means like delusion or wild idea, which is also the word that's commonly used to describe the outburst that she did when we first came in here.
Oh, it's a pun.
I think so.
A game like
But
this
I
making a
don't-
pun out of a character's name? No, never.
I don't know if that
You're
was
crazy.
intentional though, but I don't know if that was intentional or not. You know, just a fun
You're
moment.
crazy. Surely not. Surely not.
I don't know where the Tudor comes from though.
I don't know. I mean, Tudor is like that puts me in mind of like the House of Tudor, which was royal family in England for a while.
For a while.
Yeah, then some guy called Henry VIII happened.
For a while.
Yeah, and he kind of killed a few of his wives. Yeah, you know, that guy.
Like anything revolving the British royal family and for a while is just you instantly know what happened.
Yeah, they were one of the 2 major houses in the War of the Roses.
Miss Schadenfreude.
Okay.
What came first though, the Schadenfreude or the psychology degree? I was friends with her when I lived here many years ago.
Wait, you used to live here?
Yeah, Aranax is actually the town I grew up in.
What?
But you were in such a hurry to leave before. You came here to eat, right? If you're still hungry, I can bring you some of our best dishes on the house.
No, I couldn't possibly.
Come on, don't be like that. It's been years since I've seen you. And you know how good my food is.
Okay, but only for a little while.
Rika sets a table for the three of you and calls over a waiter. You all place your orders.
Now, tell me everything. I want to know all about what you've been doing since you left. So, are you going to introduce us?
Right. This is Celeste McCoy. She's my bodyguard.
Bodyguard?
And Celeste, this is...
As if I need such introductions. I am Mosorka Tutor, Dark Lord of Ornax, High Archmagi of the Cadmium Flames, and proud proprietor of this cafe. Oh. Okay.
I was friends with her when I used to live here. She's a little eccentric, but she's a good person at heart.
Hey!
She's also a common folk mage like you.
Ah, so you come from the same humble beginnings that I do. Which spells have you mastered? I haven't really mastered any of them. I know about 7 spells, though. 7? It's almost 4 times the amount that I know.
Alright, I know, look.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
know math on this stream is a sore subject,
I'm going
but I'm going to guess that she knows 2 spells.
to make some soup is what I'm gonna do.
She's learned even more spells? She's been picking them up rather quickly. I've been usurped.
Look at you, Mr. Big Shot. You're wearing a suit now, and you even have a bodyguard. Did you get an office job in the big
Fashion in
city?
this world makes no sense, by the way.
What do you mean?
I'll say it.
What do you mean?
I'll say it.
What do you mean?
I'll say it.
Go on.
I'll
Go
be
on.
I'll
Go
be
on.
the one to say it. Fashion in this world makes no sense.
Head News Club was...
House, guess what she is? I'm going to guess that, I'm gonna guess that she runs a bakery. Amy Alehouse.
Oh, she's a library. She's
Yeah,
definitely
oh,
a
no,
library.
yeah, librarian. That's right. That's a better guess.
Honestly, Cake, are you sure that Ace Attorney isn't happening in your city?
Yeah, you're gonna need to go... What?
Go sit
I
in the
need-
court trial and see what kind of shenanigans are going on there.
See if there's a guy in a blue suit trying to cross-examine a bird.
I
Anyway,
also just realized she's wearing
what were you saying about the fashion?
she's wearing a Tide Pod on her head.
Is she?
On her hat? That's a Tide Pod.
General... Okay, General Worcestershire, got it. Here, I'll Worcestershire. That's how you spell it.
Listen, I don't know how else to say it.
There's
She's
no
wearing a
way.
Tide-
There's no way. You're fucking with us.
She's wearing a Tide Pod on her head.
No, it like wraps around.
Just I don't know how else to say it. She's wearing a Tide Pod on her head.
I think it's just like a general like witch hat. Who's fucking with you? I think you are. You're fucking with us. You're fucking with us.
I am
I ref-
absolutely fucking with Arya. I am absolutely fucking with Arya, and Arya knows this.
I know you're fucking with me. I think Cake is fucking with us. There's no way.
There's no way the librarian is called Missy Books. I refuse to believe that. Do you wanna?
Oh, that's my line.
Do you
Yeah,
wanna?
yeah, sorry, my bad. I was just busy looking at the Tide Pod, okay?
Okay.
Something like that. What? What?
You.
Something
I
like
thought.
that.
I thought you were gonna make general comments about the fashion, not focus in on the Tide Pod.
Listen. If I was going to make a comment about the fashion, I would have noticed the text box switching. I would have noticed the dialogue switching. You were cutting out. You were cutting out. Okay, you're back. Listen. Okay,
You would have noticed the text box switching.
Yes.
Do you want to elaborate?
If I was no, I will not. But if I was focusing on the fashion, which I wasn't, I would have noticed the text box switching. But instead, I was looking at the Tide Pod. Are we clear? Good. Something like that. And I'm actually a defense attorney now.
A defense attorney? I see. Is that why you left town with that scary lady? Scary lady? Are you talking about Ruby?
Miss Tamora adopted me when my mother passed several years ago. After that, she began training me to become an attorney like her.
Wait, you've been studying to be an attorney since you were a kid? Well, I guess that explains why you're so young for a lawyer.
Said the 19-year-old mercenary.
Yeah, I guess you got me there.
Does her hat have eyes?
I thought it...
Is it the fucking sorting hat? You cannot look at that and tell me that it does not look like just
I
like
think
a fucking...
it looks... Oh my god, what does it remind me of? It reminds me of like a ghost from a game. But I can't place which game I'm thinking of.
You mean like fucking Boogie Boogie from...
You know what? That's not what I was thinking of, but now that you say it, yeah, kinda.
Oogie
Boogie from Nightmare Before Christmas.
Fucking...
Like, that's not what I was thinking of, but when you put it like that, yeah, I can see it.
I mean, it's that or a fucking like Luigi's Mansion ghost. I don't know.
Is it? No, it's like it's the same. It's like the same white color.
I don't play that many games with ghosts in them, surprisingly.
What am I thinking of?
Maybe unsurprising since I'm not good with horror.
Is it like
I'm so bad with horror, by the way. That's
not who I'm thinking of.
That young me when I was a wee lad, played through Ace Attorney 5 for the first time. Like played the demo on like iPad, right?
Mm-hmm.
Played Case 1 and got so fucking scared by Ted Tonate. The man isn't even that scary.
He isn't.
He's not.
He's silly.
He absolutely is not. He is just a silly man who probably likes explosions a little bit too much. But like he's not scary, right? I was so freaked out by him that I didn't touch Ace Attorney for like 7 years. That's how bad I am with scary things.
You're named D&D PCs, Call of Cthulhu PCs are more from Fantasy Name Generator. Okay. That makes sense. Okay.
Are you the owner of this cafe, Rika? You always spoke about opening one when we were kids.
Yep, and it's all thanks to the Dracogen Trading Company. The company's owner invested in my business idea after trying my food. Because of him, I was able to open up here, just like I've always dreamed. Dracogen Trading Company? I don't think I've heard of them. They're pretty small right now, and they're only operating in Oranax. But I hear they're planning to expand their operations throughout Wyverngard. But I would have thought Lord Van Sanctus would have weeded out any competition. After all, he owns one of the largest businesses in the kingdom.
Lord Von Sanctus. Isn't he that pompous noble that I beat in the chess tournament this morning?
Wait, that was you?
I didn't even know he was a businessman.
Von Sanctus Industries invented those arcane constructs that we saw at the Imperial Academy. How do you not know about these things? You practically fight against nobles for a living. Maybe you should start reading more about national politics.
Ah. What do you think about this, Rika?
Speaking about such things would be beneath me. In other words, she has nothing to say about it. Someone.
Is it just me, or does the city look less depressing than before?
Oh, right. You left the city before the new merchants appeared.
New merchants? Like, from a merchant's guild?
Yeah, the Dracogen Trading Company was one of the first ones. They started operating here and bought the Arcane Refinery a few years ago. After that, merchants from all over Wyverngard started coming here. Well, being based in a port city would definitely give them an edge. And their presence has really helped the city's economy. They aren't owned by the nobility, and they pay their employees a lot more than Von Sanctus does. It's really improved the quality of life for the people here. I doubt Von Sanctus appreciates the competition, though. Let's even talk about forming employee-run unions.
Unionizing?
Oh, Von Sanctus definitely won't appreciate that. So, you still play chess?
Yeah, I'm nationally ranked too.
I heard that an upstart commoner defeated I keep wanting to say Van Sanctus. It's Von Sanctus.
Von.
Lord Von Sanctus at a tournament this morning.
I've never seen an Olive Garden, but this is what I suspect one would look like. No.
You know?
No, Olive Gardens look much more depressing than this.
Yeah, I agree. This looks more like, honestly, this honestly looks more like a Greek restaurant I went to in with my brother in Colorado.
Like, if you take away most of the lighting, and make like the chairs and tables a lot more dirty, this would look like an Olive Garden, but it's super clean and pretty.
Yeah. Hi.
Why, hello.
I'm doing today just playing through more Tyrion Cuthbert. We're up to case 3 now. Welcome on in.
Can't guarantee that we're not going to get sidetracked, but
oh yeah, we're basically it's basically a podcast with the game occasionally getting played. But I had no idea they were talking about you.
Upstart commoner.
Name suits you, Tyrion. Hey, do you still do that thing when you play?
No.
What thing?
Nothing. She's not talking about anything.
Wait, you're actually embarrassed about it? When we were kids, you did it even more than I did. What? What did you used to do? Used to do? Literally unplayable. Literally unplayable. It should be used, U-S-E-D, literally unplayable. Like this game, but not your favorite. It's been fun so far. I'm waiting to see.
Fair. We do ask for no spoilers. But it's a fun ride.
Yeah,
I do think it's definitely worth the time and price tag.
Yeah, especially if you get it on sale. You know. Just when Steam puts it on sale. So far, it's been fun.
The one that sounds stupid is Ari, and the one that sounds idiotic is not.
Yep, that explains it. But yeah, it's good enough so far. I'm very curious to see where it's going.
I'll give you a hint. My name is Idiot Number 2.
Horror games like Outlast and Resident Evil. Oh, we just got done talking about how we're big fans of horror games, right, Noah? Right, Noah? Right, Noah?
To make soup. I'm going to make soup.
No, it doesn't do well with horror games. I don't play them a ton, but you know, I like them in moderation because I get scared easy.
Well, I fucking hate Lethal Company. Like I play it with friends because it's really funny with friends. But
oh, for sure.
Absolutely never on my own.
No, that game actually turns into a that game. No, Lethal Company is so good about like becoming a horror game when you're alone. It actually detects when you're alone and starts playing unnerving sounds.
Yep. But when you're with your friends, it's just fun times and for the company and OSHA violations.
I stayed up till 1 a.m. playing Lethal Company with Kira last night.
Yes, I heard. I still don't think that was a good decision, but at this time, what the fuck do I know, right?
Yeah, no, you're gonna be up till 1 a.m. at this rate.
It's almost 1 a.m. at this rate.
Yeah, exactly. Give it half an hour.
Why don't you show her, Tyrion?
I'd rather not.
Come on, show us, Tyrion. The thing.
I think I'm a little too old for this.
Do you like study your job? I'm in college at the moment. I'm actually,
you know, like at my university, at an apartment a little off campus. But yeah,
You might have spiked there. You might have spiked there.
Oh, did I? Maybe. You know, I can tell when it just happened because it like overcompensates, and I see it go from like 6 to 6,000, the bit rate. Yeah, and Noah is studying abroad in Japan, hence why I'm talking about it being 1 a.m. almost for him.
Well, my sleep schedule's fucked anyways, so. Though I've been recently waking up consistently at like between 7 to 8 now, which has been fucking me up, by the way, because I'm not used to waking up that early on weekends.
I've been trying to wake up more like that.
So like last night I went to sleep at maybe like, I want to say like 3-ish. And then I woke up at 7. And I was like, fuck me.
Yep.
And I did not go back to sleep.
A digital artist. Well, we got 2 artists in chat now.
Am I from Japan? No, I am not. If you couldn't tell from the accent, I am American.
Yeah, we're
I am of Asian descent, though.
and I am not. So, yeah, neither of we're both American, and neither of us are in our hometown at the moment, to varying degrees.
I feel like the fact that neither of us are in our hometown is the important part, though.
Yeah. There's no like
the exact distance doesn't matter.
Originally from like Chicago suburbs.
Yeah, Chicago.
My family, my parents actually moved down to Florida pretty recently, but I'm still going to school in Missouri.
I am now a city Chicago, not a suburb Chicago resident.
Oh. I
I
didn't
get
know
to
that.
rub that in the face of every Chicagoan I meet.
Oh, cool. You live downtown. Cool. Good for you. Good for you. How are you enjoying the bean?
No, dude, when I have to fucking introduce, like, you know, my hometown for like self-introduction presentations or whatever, whenever I make them, I'm like, fuck, we only have the bean.
No, there's also Sears Tower, which isn't called Sears Tower anymore.
Willis Tower. Excuse
Some of your work. Sure. I don't know if links will pop up in chat.
Maybe not.
I found review requests. Oh, that's all. Oh, that's all. Yeah, we did all those. Okay, good news. I have cleared our channel point reward queue. I did not. I just happened upon that. I didn't see. Do you have Discord?
I'm waiting for the bad news here.
We don't really have like a Discord channel or anything.
I haven't done Blue Sky that much, but you could probably do Blue Sky.
Yeah. If you wanted to, yeah, I could. Here. I know I have it linked. I know I have it linked on like the channel socials, but I'll just like grab the link if you wanna send it. Oh, does Blue Sky have like DMs? Yeah, it does. If I can figure out where to go to my profile. Yeah, if you wanna shoot anything, like if you wanna share anything over that, that would work.
Okay. Anyway, the video game.
I think I'm a little too old for this.
You're never too old to tap into your inner Chuny. Do it, Tyrion.
So it is Moso then.
Yep. Yeah, do it. Dude began chanting, trying to pressure you. Do it, do it, do it. Draws the attention of the other patrons in the cafe. They don't seem to care about the confused looks that they're getting. Seems that you don't have a choice. You take in a deep breath.
Those who stand in the shadows. Those who fear the light of divinity. Your Imperials will fall and your armies will perish. Kneel and cower before the divine gaze of the Eye of Horus. I love how even she cringes at that.
Trying their hardest to contain their laughter.
Well, that's why I don't do it anymore.
Discord, please.
No, that was great. It was really cool, Tyrion. It was really cool. I try, like when I said don't have Discord channel, we don't have like a stream Discord server or anything. But I try not to like advertise my Discord account that much. Yeah, like especially especially because it's kind of like my Discord account. I don't want to put it out there, especially like not for not for somebody who like I've just met like a few minutes ago. No, because Mark Zuckerberg
Because
thinks
of reasons.
Yeah,
because of reasons.
Mark Zuckerberg thinks it's okay to call people like me as mental illness havers. So you know. Yeah, we should at least be able to like reinstate the link if it gets blocked by Automod or something. Fully contained laughter coming out between each word.
And why are you laughing? You were just doing it a moment ago.
Yeah, but she owns it. Used to say something else before too. I won't let anyone stand in my way, even if they're a man, king, or god? Yeah, that's it. He still says that sometimes. Oh, looks like our order is here. Waiter brings in the lunch special for each of you. Okay, see you back soon, cake. The enticing aroma of the meals makes you salivate a little. You gladly devour the meal. Rika's cooking is just as delicious as you remembered. You spend some more time catching up with her while you finish your meal. The conversation continues. You and Celeste regale her with stories of your past court cases. No, really? Yep, it turned out that it was the headmaster the entire time. Wow, I would have never figured that out. How did you know, Tyrion? Maybe he saw it with his eye of Horus. You really choke on your drink before you realize what she's actually referring to. But wow, I can't believe it. I never thought court cases
I also
could be
love
that
how
dramatic.
this confirms that it was him that named it. That named his eye.
He named his own eye.
It's not like a special power that's like been passed down through generations. No, he just named it that.
Yeah.
We are old enough to stream.
Yeah. That's a kind of personal question. Finish your meal as you continue to tell Rika more about your cases. It's nice being able to talk with her again. Tried so hard to leave everything behind after what happened, but you're happy that she seems to be doing well.
Well, it's been nice catching up with you, Rika. But I think it's time for us to get going.
Did Tyrion hit her with the Midwestern goodbye, just like slap his leg? Well,
I was just thinking that well.
What? But we just got here. It's okay. I'm sure you're pretty busy nowadays.
I've now been slapping the table instead of my legs. I've just been doing like a little table slam while getting up.
I learned like very early on in college that going like ope when something happens is a very Midwestern thing.
It's the Midwestern ope. Yeah, I think I learned it like freshman year of high school.
I didn't realize that was a Midwest thing until I met someone from Boston who pointed it out that like, no, other people don't do that. It's like, it's just, it's
not normal. It's not normal. But also, it's really funny.
It is.
Like I still do it. I own it. But like explaining it to people is such a fucking pain.
It is.
Because it's like sorry, but it's not sorry because it's more casual than a sorry. But it's also like you're still sorry.
Yeah, it's like going like oops, sorry. It's like a very casual like oops, I didn't mean to do that. Sorry.
But like, because you use it when you drop something, you use it when you bump into someone.
I use it sometimes when other people do it. It's like, oh.
Yeah. Like, oh, you dropped this.
Oh, let me squeeze past you. This has turned into the most Midwest stream ever.
Like I said, I just own it.
But be sure to write, okay? Don't just go and disappear like last time.
Yeah, I'll stay in touch.
You'd better. You exit the cafe and make your way to the local merchants guild to rent a carriage. The city streets seem a bit more crowded than usual. It's a little difficult to make your way through them. Hey, Tyrion?
Yeah?
Celeste is fidgeting with her hands. She looks like she wants to say something, but every time she starts to speak, she quickly stops herself. This happens a few more times before she seems to give up. Never mind. It's nothing.
Okay.
Both continue to walk silently as you make your way to the Merchants Guild. As you make your way there, the streets become more and more crowded. Hope the traffic won't interfere with the ride home. Hi.
There's been a murder.
Hi, could we rent a carriage for travel to Rat Home?
Sorry,
Oh.
but travel outside the city is temporarily closed.
Okay, game audio muted. No VOD mute. No VOD mute.
Oh, is it the music? I didn't even notice.
Yeah,
Yeah, it is.
I caught it immediately.
Good catch, good catch. What? Why? Have you heard? Knights of the Kingsguard have locked down the city. Oh, for fuck's sake.
Oh god, another
Blockade and
lockdown.
everything. There's been a murder. There's been a murder.
Everyone in
See
the
it,
city
you
is
don't
a
believe me.
suspect. As you arrive at the city gates, you see the blockade that the merchant was talking about. A crowd of disgruntled townsfolk are angrily shouting at the knights stationed there.
This is outrageous.
How long do you plan on keeping us here?
Sorry, we have our orders. Can't let anyone outside of the city until our investigation is complete.
There's an investigation? Did something happen?
Can you at least tell us what's going on? Why is the entire city being blockaded? Sorry, sir. We're not allowed to release that information. You'll just have to make other arrangements while we sort this out. Actually, I haven't seen you two around before. I'll need to take down your names and occupations for our records.
What? Why?
It's fine, Celeste. We're better off just cooperating with them.
It's an invasion of privacy, but you'd rather not resist orders from the Kingsguard.
I'm Tyrion Cuthbert. I'm a defense attorney.
Fine. I'm Celeste McCoy, bodyguard.
Thanks.
Look over to the other Kingsguard. They seem to be taking notes of the people here too. They must make a list of everyone inside the city. But for what reason?
There's been a murder. A blockade has been created out around the city of Aranax. This blockade is preventing anyone from leaving or entering the city. The Kingsguard have taken careful note of everyone that is currently contained within the blockade. I have an important engagement tomorrow. What am I supposed to do now?
This can't possibly be legal. Townsfolk continue shouting at the knights, but it's clear they won't be budging anytime soon. What do we do now? Notice that it's starting to get late.
We don't know how long the city will be blockaded. We should find a place to stay overnight just in case. This reminds me of some place.
Walking to a nearby tavern
Reuse.
seats absolutely crowded with patrons.
Wait, no, it's not reused assets. The paintings are missing.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Also, the dead body's missing.
True. Looks like everyone else had the same idea.
Hey, welcome to the Igwin Tavern. What can I do for you? Can we get 2 rooms for the night? Sorry, can't even spare 1 room. We're completely full with the blockade and all.
Wait, let me take care of this. Celeste takes out a large pouch of gold and plops it on the innkeeper's desk.
Oh, would you look at that? One of our rooms just opened up. Only one. Hey, the entire city's locked down. Even with your gold, that's the best I can do for you.
What? Embarrassed to share a room with me, Tyrion?
No, it's just...
Realize that she's just teasing you like she usually does. Best not to give it any mind.
Well, it's better than nothing. So, how should we...
Oh, I was just kidding before. You can have the bed. I'll just sleep on the floor.
What? I can't just let you...
Hi, Sieg.
Hey.
Please, we may both be commoners, but you live a cushy life in the city. I'm a mercenary. I've lived on the road for years. I sleep like this all the time.
How old was she when she started?
I'd have to look back at case 1. I think she probably said, but or you could deduce. But
I mean, I'm just saying that if it's more than 1 year, then she is actually a child soldier.
Yes. That's correct. That's how she made money for her family.
Yes. Just
First
like
person at 12.
just like how the children yearn for the mines.
The children yearn for
Alright.
war.
All right, but tell me if you change your mind.
Yeah.
Hey, I didn't see you there. No, I was just
Just walk past him.
what? Hey, watch it! Quit shoving me! Wait, whoa! Holy crap, pull me up! I can't hold on for much longer.
Ah, you idiot, what are you doing?
What?
Grab his arm and pull him up.
Ah, my hand! What the hell are you doing?
Grip is too tight, stop that.
Ah!
Wait, I can still... No, what happened? Should have been able to... By the scaled lord, he fell in. No. I can use this. That's right, I can still make this look like it was all his fault.
Well, someone's getting framed.
Yep. Find yourself falling into a nightmare. Tyrion, I'm so sorry. Can't believe they made you watch. Are you okay?
Age 10.
Age 10. I figured. That's where my eyes immediately went. Right.
I do like how they changed the age in the flashbacks, though.
Mm-hmm. Of course not.
But also, Ruby hasn't aged a fucking year.
No.
Are you gonna keep fighting them?
Your voice is quiet. Your question barely comes out as a whisper. What?
Are you going to keep fighting the nobility?
I don't know if I can anymore. Today they showed me what they're truly capable of. I was naive. I thought the truth would prevail, but... Oh, shit.
What?
I can turn game audio back on.
Ah.
I was naive. I thought the truth would prevail, but... I'm only one person. I can't do this alone anymore.
So this is also why she turned to blackmail for her not guilty verdicts, huh?
Yep.
So you're just gonna give up? You're the only one who will fight against them. If you're just gonna give up, then... Was my mother's death truly pointless?
I'm sorry.
Teach me how to be like you.
What?
You said that you can't do this alone anymore, right? So teach me how to be a defense attorney. I can help you. We can fight them together.
Tyrion, you're just a child. I can't just...
Miss Tamara, please. I don't have anything left. Please just take me away from here.
Clutch your hand tightly, feeling the fading warmth of the final message that your mother left for you.
So if you scroll back up in the
In the history?
Go back up just a little bit. Yeah, just a little bit. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. I want to say like 10 lines or so. Yeah, there. I think they made him watch his own mother's execution.
Yeah, that seems to be the implication.
Yep. So we'll just leave that there.
It's the last comforting memory you'll have of her. It's a memory that you'll never experience again.
Mom.
You're startled awake. After some confusion, you realize that it was all a dream. You didn't have any trouble falling asleep, but your slumber was less than restful. It's been a while since you've remembered that day. That's all the more reason to leave the city as soon as possible. What's up?
I wonder if I don't actually know. Does having nightmares, like really bad nightmares, actually impact like the quality of your sleep?
I don't know the answer to that question.
I'm sure it can make you feel more mentally exhausted, right? Like just like how like having a rough day can make you just more irritable and tired, right? But like physically, does it have any impact on your sleep?
I don't know. I would maybe? I don't really know.
Anyway, that was just a random thought. Celeste, are you up?
Celeste was wistfully staring out of the window, watching the rain. Head whips towards you when she realizes that you're awake.
Are you okay? What's wrong?
Nothing. It's nothing. He wasn't awake, was he? She doesn't seem keen on
and
sharing.
fear.
Yeah. It'd be best not to pry.
Anyway, do you know if the city is still under lockdown?
I haven't checked yet. I was waiting for you to wake up. Go outside and check the city gates. The blockade still hasn't disappeared. In fact, it looks like it's been fortified with even more knights. Looks like we can't leave yet.
They've even doubled down on the guards. What's going on here?
Tyrion! You spot Rika in the distance as she calls out to you. As soon as she sees you, she breaks out into a full sprint towards you. She looks exhausted. Has she been looking for you in the rain? Tyrion, it's terrible! There was an accident at the Arcane Refinery last night. One of my friends who worked there, he fell into a vat of chemicals. He's dead.
There's a murder!
Murder!
Oh, Rika. I'm so sorry. I shouldn't say that with a smile on my face, should I?
No?
If there's anything I can do...
Lord Von Sanctus is blaming the Dracogen Trading Company. He's trying to charge the owner with criminal negligence. As Lord of this region, Von Sanctus would have a lot of leverage in a legal battle like this. He must be using this accident as an opportunity to oust Dracogen from his territory. Tyrion, you're a lawyer, aren't you? Can you help them?
I don't think I can.
What? But...
Rika, I specialize in homicide cases, and most of my clients are mages who've been charged with murder. I've never even tried a case like this before. There isn't any magic involved, and there's no killer. Remember, I think I mentioned this before. His occupation is defense attorney, while Ruby is attorney.
Yep.
So Tyrion does specialize in criminal cases, whereas Ruby can do both criminal and civil, and this one is civil.
Yeah, this would.
Don't worry. Yeah. This is a civil case.
Yeah.
Or like negligence. Don't worry. I'm sure the Dragon Trading Company knows plenty of qualified attorneys who can help.
Well,